Hi everybody, and welcome back to Rayman Revolution. In the last episode, we headed to the Lost Island, where we found our first mask of Polycus, one of the major collectibles in the game, and we defeated the first boss, Axel, who wasn't too much of a problem. And in today's episode, in the East Plane, we've got this giant hulking figure just standing around. Hello, Clark.
The teensies asked me to help you find Globox House. I'll show you a passage. Follow me.
So dainty, he runs like that. So while Clark is here, there's no pirates spawning from this one single building. So I guess maybe now's a good time if you want to get the yellow lums that were inside there. But I picked them up at the start of the game anyway, so... But yeah, only during this particular scenario are there no pirates around. But as soon as we revisit the area, the pirates will be back again. But if we follow Clark up this pathway towards Globox's house, I'm sure I pointed this out in the first episode when we explored the hub world, but there is an inaccessible area this way, and Clark will now show us the way to the next hub area.
Hey, move away a bit. I wouldn't want to hurt you.
Hey, Clark, wait for me!
So Clark runs on ahead, and I kind of want to bring that up about Clark because in the other versions of the game, this is why I think Rayman Revolution is probably the most complete version, because it explains a few things like character locations. Clark runs on ahead to the Menhir Hills, and the Menhir Hills in the original versions, and I think every other version aside from the PS2 version, we meet Clark in Menhir Hills for the first time. But in this game we meet him quite a bit earlier. In fact, he will lead us to various areas of the hub world. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. We'll find Clark again in the Menhir Hills in this version. I'm just going to quickly explore around Globox's house area. This is the way to Lee's Steel? No idea what that word means. Never heard of it before. But yeah, that's another location where we can do these challenges, but we don't have enough familiar spirits to unlock the next one. And just over this way is another teensy circle, and this will be the way to access all the levels in the Globox's house area of the map once we unlock them. And also, there's already a portal unlocked, and that portal will lead us back to the other area of the front, the Minisaurus plane. Sorry about that little siren outside. And there's also another magic well around here. No different items. But yeah, if we want to purchase some upgrades to our abilities, there's another magic well this way, and I'll be sure to use that in the future. But Globox's house is this way, and it's kind of hard to tell where to go. I can't really see the edges of the map. There's a well here which leads us underground, and there's quite a bit of stuff down there, including I think 3 more levels, and a bunch of baby Globoxes running around here as well, as you might expect from Globox's house. And here is Globox's wife, Aglet.
My Globox has been captured! I'm begging you to go and free him!
So yeah, Globox has been captured again. We've only seen Globox once, and that was at the start of the game, where he freed us from the prison cell by giving us the silver lamb. But when we went down the chute, apparently he got captured again. So I guess he fell right into pirate territory and has got captured again. What do you want, little child? Oh yeah, you can pick this guy up. And also, oh, never mind, I thought you could hurl him into the air with the cross button. But no, you just put him down. We don't need him anymore. So that will he will be useful eventually. I might just show off what's down the well. In fact, a lot of the stuff. In fact, pretty much all of the yellow lums, aside from I think a couple, are down this way. In fact, I think all of them might be down this way. Actually, thinking about it, I can't really remember. But yeah, there are 30 more lums in Globox's house area. And most of them are down this way. No, nope, don't want to save. No. How about no? And welcome to the bottom of the well. There's really nothing else here. But if you follow the signs that way to Whale Bay, this way to Skull Cave, we can't do anything up this way just yet, although it's quite ominous looking. That red glow. There's a lot of lava in here. It's our first time seeing lava. I wonder why they call it Skull Cave. No idea. Right, there's no sign at all. that it would be called Skull Cave. It just looks like a cave to me. This is the way to Whale Bay, but it's also the way to the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire, which is the location of the second mask, but can't do anything there just yet. And I need to be quite careful around here because there are sleepy pirates. And those sleepy pirates are red pirates, and the red pirates are the toughest type of pirates. So this is actually a stealth section. You might notice the red thing on the ground there. Red light, spotlight. Stand in that and it will detect you. And I just need to be sneaky. Go down here. I probably should have just jumped over the fence because I know there are a few yellow lums on the beach that I could pick up. But you might be wondering where we actually need to go in this episode because there's no real indication of the next level. I've talked to the teensies at the circle. They'll tell us that Clark headed to the Menhir Hills, so we just need to follow him along. And there's nothing else we can do down here just yet. There are a few. We will be returning to this area eventually. This is the entrance to Whale Bay, but can't do anything just yet. I want to jump and grab that yellow lum, but I don't know whether it will attract the attention of the pirates. Screw it. Okay, that worked. And let's head up the walkway to the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire, and we're actually blocked off this way at the current moment, because if we head down this way, there is a big tentacle thing, and it just swats at you. But yeah, we can't progress that way just yet. I thought it was going to swing at me again. And there's also another thing that we need over there. As you can see, there is another one of those buds we've been seeing all over the place in the Fairies Glade and the bayou. But yeah, can't do anything with that just yet, so let's head on back to the Teensy Circle area. In fact, I'll skip over there because I'm just doing a bit of walking, doing a bit of exploring right now. Okay, so I did say the majority of the yellow lums were down there. There were a few in Skull Cave that we couldn't pick up because we need a certain ability to grab them. But yeah, at the moment, only got 17. I think that's all we can grab. Anyway, Teensy.
Welcome, Rayman. Clark told us you would be here before long. He's gone back to the Menhir Hills to pound some pirates.
Whoa, steady on there, Clark. Well, what you do in your spare time has nothing to do with me. If you want to pound some pirates, then feel free, but leave me out of it. He's going to show us his passage.
I'll show you a passage.
That's something that I picked up on when we met him in the East Plain there. Sorry, I have a dirty mind apparently. But anyway, we need to head to the Menhir Hills, where Clark is apparently, and this is going to be the level of the episode. The Menhir Hills. Menhir are like rock structures, I think. Sort of like Stonehenge, possibly? Well, a henge is something different, but yeah. Similar stuff, just rocks sticking out the ground. And near here, I don't want to save the game.
Hey, be careful! This place is guarded by a walking shell. It seems you can tame it by tiring it out.
Thanks for the tip.
No problem.
Wow, a tutorial that we have to voice, apparently. So, yep, this is the introduction of walking shells, and the shells are quite another big part of Rayman 2. In probably the most iconic thing, I think, anyway. But yeah, once we tie them out, we can jump on top of them and ride them around.
You've succeeded in taming the missile. Press the square button to accelerate and the cross button to jump off the missile. Warning, you cannot jump off the missile if you accelerate.
Rayman, what are you doing? He was doing some weird mouth movements there. But yes, we now have a shell that we can ride around. And if we run into a wall, it will explode, so we need to be careful. But yeah, this is probably one of the most iconic things about Rayman 2, to me at least. It's quite fun to ride around. I mean, it does control quite wonkily, and we'll find out more about that later on. But yeah, let's jump off. And so there's one hidden thing here, and you might be wondering where the switch is. Did you see the switch earlier? It's on the back of this one. Haha! I know your tricks, game. There's 3 of these stone. I guess these are the menhirs. But yeah, there's a single stone on the other side of the area. And this leads us to the first cage. There are 8 familiar spirits in this level. Once again, can't grab everything in one run. Can't do 100% of this level just yet, because we need another ability. That's going to be a recurring thing. Going to have to revisit quite a few levels once we get certain abilities. I think that's all the yellow lumps around this first area, so let's go and get another walking shell. Lure it across the thorns. We can't step on the thorns kill us instantly. But the shell can. We can run straight over the top of them. So I wonder what we need to do there. Tire it out, and then let it slide into you, just to be slick. Then we can ride across the thorns, and shells can also be used to blow up these sparrow traps. And there's our second cage of the level. And welcome to the military academy. We're going to infiltrate a massive pirate base right now. And if I recall correctly, there's a few pirates in this room. Yep, there are 4. If I could target one of the purple ones with a charged shot. Nope. That's auto-targeting for you. Completely targeted the wrong one. So I just noticed that I'm quite low on health because I did... I had to revisit the bayou after the Lost Island to pick up the 2 lambs that I missed. And then I ended up killing myself just to exit the level quicker. Still got all the lambs there that we can grab at the moment. Okay, let me grab some health. And it looks like there's 2 ways for us to go here. This is the way onwards through the level. There is a little something back here. There's another pirate, so I'm going to charge a shot preemptively just because I know the game. And Rayman wasn't even aiming at it. That's great. There is a cage back here, but there's also a red laser door. Can't do anything with a red laser door just yet. That's the part of the level that we need to come back for. There's a yellow one back here, though, and another cage. And if we head over to this machine, there should be... Yeah, there's a storm cloud up above. Might be kind of difficult to see. It's a bit clouded. Well, I guess it's a cloud, so that makes sense. But yes, that's similar to the... The camera just shifted backwards there. That's similar to the flower buds with the storm clouds above them. It's going to require the same power, but we just don't have access to it yet, so... When we come back to the Menhir Hills. Luckily that's at the start of the level, so don't have to revisit too far in. We can just turn around and head straight back out again. I think the shell respawns in the first area, so we can just ride back across the thorns and leave the area. Don't have to replay the whole level again. That's something that I think is different in other versions of Rayman 2, is you can just leave the level at any time. But in this version, there's no option in the pause screen. We can load save and adjust the sound, but there's no way to leave the level midway through. Here we have a bouncy mushroom. Haven't seen them since the Fairy's Glade. In fact, we have 2 of them. And up here there is another secret. Whoa, that was a violent swing there, Rayman. Managed to correct himself quite quickly. Head on over here. There is a yellow lamb, and also it gives us a vantage point that we can see another cage inside the other building. Don't know if there's any more yellow lambs around here. Can I glide over there? Looks quite hollow. No, I can't. Just bash my head on the ceiling. Oops. So, yep, that's all in this area, I do believe. I don't think there's... Oh, actually, is there a hidden yellow lamb behind the thing's kennel? No, I think there is in the PS1 version, though. In this, like, similar area. In the PS1 version, all the areas seem quite similar, but they've been, like, toned down. Like, there's not a lot of detail in them. Anyway, actual shell riding section here. Quite a long one. Take the detour off to the left for some more red lambs if you need them. There's a yellow lamb on the right path. And that's the path I'm going to take. Watch out for the thorns sticking out. It's kind of difficult to react in time to them. Oh man, I love this music track. It's probably my favourite in the game, to be honest. It's riding the shell. It's quite memorable to me. I want to talk more about the soundtrack. Maybe I'll do it after this bit. But I want to talk a difference between this version and the N64 version. And that is that the N64 version had the same tunes, but they had a different like sound font. Oh, that's weird to say. I like the soundtrack in this game. It's probably one of my favourites. Eric Chevalier, I think, composed it. He's pretty good. We need to revisit this area later on, yet again, because this also requires another skill. And that ability is the same one as the cannon in the Lost Island area. So yeah, we can't do anything with that just yet. But yeah, the N64 music. Same tunes, different sound font. I prefer the other versions. Get a keg here. If you didn't break this door down with the shell, you can use the powder keg instead. It sounds really MIDI-like, the N64 DS soundtrack. The DS version was just a port of the N64 version. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'll destroy you in one hit because that's stupid green pirates are just fodder at this point. Hit the switch and then head through the door, and this is actually as far as we can go for now.
Whoa. Huh?
Clark, so it was you who wiped out all these pirates. Only 20 pirates against you? They didn't stand a chance.
Hello, little buddy. You wanna arm wrestle?
Hey, you don't look so good. Are you hurt?
I must have swallowed something bad for me. To get better, I need some life potion. It's hidden near the entrance of the Marshes of Awakening, in a place called the Cave of Bad Dreams. Don't forget that name, or else the guard won't let you pass.
The Cave of Bad Dreams? I won't forget. Hang in there. I'll go to the marshes and get the elixir.
Thanks, little buddy.
Alright, so there's Clark again, and that's the scenario we find him in the original versions. But there was no real... We had no idea who he was in the original versions, unless you read the manual. I'm sure he had a bit of backstory in there. No, I don't want to save again. And so yeah, that's Clark's first meeting. But now we know our next objective is to head to the Marshes of Awakening, which means that we need to jump back to the Minisaurus Plain and head over that way. Yeah, there's still some stuff in the Minisaurus Plain area that needs doing. I acknowledged the Marshes of Awakening back when we did the Bayou, but now we actually need to go there, so yeah. Gonna have to backtrack a little bit just to get there. That's fine. That's the whole reason behind these spiral doors. Alas, I don't want to save. God, the amount of saving.
The Cave of Bad Dreams is home to a loathsome monster. The entrance to it is hidden in the Marshes of Awakening. Find it quickly.
Okay, so now we need to... Oh, we got a new objective. Yep, got to head to the Marshes of Awakening to find the Cave of Bad Dreams. And I don't know which way I'm going, because there's no bearings. Ah, here's the path. Just got to find the path out of the Teeth Circle there. We do have enough familiar spirits now that we can do another Lee's challenge. I don't know if I want to do that in this episode or not. You know what? Let's go and do another one of Lee's challenges. In fact, I think it's quite an easy one this time. Now that we've got enough familiar spirits, might as well throw it in here. This might be a short episode otherwise. Just exploring the hub world and the first part of Menhir Hills. The Menhir Hills gets interrupted halfway through by that Clark cutscene. So yeah, we have to visit the Menhir Hills at least twice to finish the level, and more attempts to collect everything, because we have to come back anyway with various abilities. But yeah, Menhir Hills, have to revisit it, and another loading screen. Thank you, game. That's just what I needed. Let's head on over to Lee's house. Could have done that at the area in Globox House. Lee's steel? I don't know. Steel? Ho, ho.
Well done, Rayman. You freed enough familiar spirits. I can open a new door for you.
And if I recall correctly, the next challenge is quite an easy one. It's just going to be the jump challenge. Yep, let's go on in. Whoa! Lee's got a very sinister look on her face when she drags us into her world. I think that's just a regular face, though. Sorry, Lee. No offense. Okay, are we ready to go in this challenge? It's a pretty abrupt start. Press the cross button to start. 3, 2, 1. Massively fast countdown. And we have to pick up all red lums in this area. Only in 20 seconds, I think. Which is quite doable. You just need to find the right path through. I think I might have done this the wrong way, because this one over here, I should pick that one up first. Yeah, I've not done this in a very optimal way, I don't think. Oh, have I? Oh, jump! Oh, nearly got it. Okay, well that's easy enough. 20 seconds isn't a long time, but you know, yeah, they're all in quite a compact area. Okay, there we go. Grab that one this time. Grab the one quite early. You know what? I will grab that one on the way down. Just seems to be faster. Jump over here. Pick him up. I don't know if this area was used in any other versions of Rayman 2. Just this stack of crates and pirate cages. And there we go. With 2 seconds to spare. I've just beaten my record apparently. But yeah, there's some more energy for our health bar. And let's get on out of here. Time? 20 seconds? Oh, maybe it is 22 seconds then. I don't know. Seems weird. I thought it was a 20-second challenge, but apparently I took 20 seconds. I took more than 20 seconds, so it can't be. I don't know. I'm confused. Help me! And that's all we can do at Lee's house for now. So let's head on over to the Marshes of Awakening. I do want to talk a bit more about the game's soundtrack, because it's probably one of my favourites of all time, actually, thinking about it. I do like the Rayman 2 soundtrack. The PS2 version is the same as any other version, aside from the N64 and DS version, as I just mentioned. But it adds an additional, like, 10 music tracks for stuff like the hub world and various events that occur throughout the hub world, so mostly just because of this new area that they've introduced in the PS2 version. They've added some music tracks to go along with it. So, no, I don't want to save. Let's head on over to the Marshes of Awakening, which is right next to the bayou. I'm sure I mentioned it already, but we could have done the Marshes of Awakening quite early on, as soon as we had access to the bayou, actually, thinking about it. So, yeah, we could have done that a bit earlier, but it's at this point in the game where it becomes mandatory to visit, so I figured I'd leave it until now. And let's go for a little jog along the path, all the way to the marshes. Ah yes, upon revisiting the area, there's a new purple pirate in this area. The pirates do start to spread throughout the hub world. I think that might be the only one that appears in the Minisaurus Plain, though. That single one. But anyway, we're at the marshy area anyway. So, oh, that green lump doesn't magnetize to you, I swear. You have to go and pick it up manually, which is kind of stupid, because if you dive into the swamp water accidentally or miss the ring, then it will respawn you back at the like the bridge area next to the teeth circle. So we're at the entrance to the Marshes of Awakening, and we'll be starting that in the next episode. So I will see you then. Bye for now.